Well, this is it. This is the final of the PS competition here at the 2008 New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship, coming to you from the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Tauranga. And it's the Auckland combination of Matthew Ellis and Anthony McCoy up against the youngsters, as we've called them, Tim Veal and Terry Anderson. Terry Anderson and Tim Veal just coming off a very, very tight second semi-final when they defeated Gary Lowe and Graham Lowe, and Matthew Ellis and Anthony McCoy defeating Keith and Debbie Waghorn. We're underway, Grant. I'm going to put it on you straight away. What's going to happen? Who's going to be the winner?
Well, I'd like to see a game very similar to the last semi-final that the youngsters played against the Lows. We've got two very accomplished draw players leading. They're both on top of their game today. The Skips, both on top of their games. I think we could see some explosions later on in the game too. They're both capable of playing some pretty good shots. Matthew Ellis is definitely a big shot player and a big bowl player. His last bowl will count many times in this game, I think.
Well, you talked about a big shot. We just saw another big shot there from Terry Anderson. This is Anthony McCoy, and he's another one. The lead's certainly doing their jobs here for these combinations. We saw that in the semi-finals.
That's right. I've played a lot of bowls with Terry. She's been my lead in many, many tournaments over the last 3 years, and I suspect she's going to outlead McCoy.
Oh, that's a big call.
Yep. I have every confidence that Terry will outlead McCoy. McCoy needs to be able to put one or two pretty handy bowls in there to stop her. If he's not there, Matthew Ellis is going to be in all sorts of strife. And he's not there on the first end.
But then if you put your shoe on the other foot, are you going to say that Matthew Ellis is going to outplay Tim Veal to even it up again?
That's right. Terry's just going to pack the head. Matthew's going to explode it. There you go. Well, three great shots. 3 shots there to Terry. Matthew Ellis, first bowl, he'll dig that out of there. He won't muck around.
So this is our first look at Matthew Ellis in the finals. And I guess what he's got on top of maybe Tim is just a little bit more experience. Been around a long time.
Definitely.
Been there and done that, got the T-shirt. And we should tell you about the T-shirts if you're just joining our coverage, because you'll notice there that both Tim and Terry wearing very similar T-shirts. Tim's shirt there you can see with a picture on the front of it. That's got a picture of Terry on it, and he goes by the nickname of Baby Cakes. And Terry's shirt, naturally, as follows, I guess, has got a picture of Tim on it, and she goes by the nickname of Sweet Cheeks. I bet when they first decided to do this, they thought, oh, this will be good for a laugh. But now they're on national television, they're probably thinking, maybe that wasn't the most sensible thing we've ever done.
Well, I did ask them when I did see it in the qualifying sessions. I said, what are you doing? But she likes to have fun.
Well, it's got to be about fun. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it.
That's right. And maybe it's just the distraction of the T-shirts, which has helped them get here. But they're playing such good bowls that I doubt that very much.
Well, the first semi-final we saw between Keith and Debbie Waghorn and Matthew Ellis and Anthony McCoy was one-way traffic. The second semi-final between Tim and Terry, and also the father and son combination of the Lows, was as tight as you like. So we've seen that both combinations can play either way.
A tighter game is always a better lead-in to a final. I think that'll benefit Terry and Tim.
We've got a tight game in the first end here.
It's going Yellow's way at the moment. Good draw shot from Matthew, or what's he looking at? He's going to draw it, I think. Get a feel for the mat. They've changed the mats. They are different mats. They're on the same location, but a different mat, so they'll be a different weight.
We saw, didn't we, in the finals of the singles, that it changed the whole complexion of the match.
That's right, yes.
The speed, everything was different.
Grant Harvey couldn't come out after dominating probably the best. He's probably the best semi-finalist out there. Played better than the others did on the other mat. They swapped the mats over. And the champion, the eventual champion.
And if that comes down
Outplayed
to a difference in thickness and texture and makeup of the...
That's right. It just comes down to who can play. He's playing a very aggressive shot here with the first one. That's not bad effort. He's covering the blacks with that shot.
They'd still have the shot there too.
He's just looking to get the black onto the yellow to take the black out. First blood. Terry and Tim. Well, that'll just take a little bit of pressure off young Terry and Tim, their first finals. Youngest ever pairs combination. If they can pull this off, Terry just needs to pull that bowl away from the white line there. The umpire can stop the bowl.
Because it was just encroaching on the
That's
delivery
right.
box there.
It was just in the inside the box. Everything has to be outside the box and behind the white line of the box. You have to deliver from within the box over the white line at the front, not out the sides. Backswing cannot come out the back of the box or the side of the box. You have to deliver within the box. And that's a good bowl here. The greens will be similar to the semi-final.
That is a good bowl.
Well done. I was just talking to her before. She came onto the mat for the final, and you'd think she'd just been watching Disney Channel or something like that. She's very relaxed. You wouldn't think she was going to be coming out for a national final.
Oh, maybe the pressure just starting to get to McCoy a bit here because, okay, a backstop's always a good one, but that one nearly went off the mat.
Well, these two have probably been dreaming of winning a national title longer than Tim and Terry have been alive, possibly.
As we saw in the previous semi-finals, these first couple of ends, aren't they? It's a sort of a feeling out process.
That's right. And they just want to get a feel for that, Matt. Let's find out where the greens are, get their weight right. If you can score during that process, that's a bonus. And I think this mat might be a little bit sluggish compared to the last mat. It's not as tight, but quite often in a final, people are nervous. Bowls can be sprayed around a little bit. Just wait for them to settle down. Oh, first chance for Matthew Ellis to have a nice draw shot. He's taken full advantage of
And
that.
it is a nice draw shot.
Yep.
It's a very nice draw shot from the Aucklander.
And that's when good lead bowls come in handy. Terry would have stopped that happening on the last end. She had three right around the jack. This time she wasn't as close, as tight. Tim responds. Not a bad weighted shot, just narrow. Just has to come around the jack and cover the yellow now behind it. Matthew Ellis putting his hand up for North Island's nomination and selection here.
Just allowing himself a bit of a grin. He's pretty happy with that.
Not a bad bowl. Tim looking to hit one black and then the other black. Hopefully leaving the jack where it is. Maybe push the jack back. Nice weight. That's a nice weighted shot. He's got it over the other side of the mat. What a result. Well, if he played for that, that's an amazing shot.
What did I say before about the jack never goes backwards?
Well, it sort of went sideways and back up the mat there for him. It's landed on a pretty handy spot.
Was that a flipper?
But he can pull the jack. Can he pull the jack? No. One yellow. Well, there was an opportunity there for Matthew Ellis. Just narrow on the draw. Not happy, shaking his head. He'd be disappointed with that. That could have been a 3. He's just got to get that out of his mind now and focus on the next end.
2-0 to the North Wellington combination.
And another good bowl.
Great bowl.
Well, Terry might be playing her way into the North Wellington top 8 team here. She's in the top 16 bowlers in North Wellington. An effort like this could see her in the top 8. Sees her represent her centre with 7 others against other centres, and that goes through to a New Zealand final as well, the best centre against centre event. So she's really showing her class here. Not too bad, it's just giving them a wing bowl to nudge off. Now, I've seen a little bit more emotion on the face of McCoy this game. It's not going all his way. And he's just a little bit narrow. Couple of handy blacks there if he can pull the jack over. But Terry now. Can she get around the yellow or through the yellows?
She's going for the gap here. Oh, she's not.
She's pulled across too, same as McCoy's bowl. Just not taking the green. There he goes. Definitely on for the jack.
Is that characteristic catch and release he does each time before
he's narrow
delivers
too.
the ball?
He's basically just throwing this one away. Well, the black's been rolled into another handy position further back. But 2 or 3 yellows there. Well, can he really stop Matthew Ellis from pulling this around the corner? Beat him to it. Good green. He's taken his green. He likes it. He's playing above his age here. He's playing above his experience as well.
Ellis has come down to have a look at this stage, 2 on the favour of yellow.
He'll be looking to push the yellow onto the jack, squeezing the jack over to the blacks. Here he comes. Well, he's given this plenty of green. Off that, onto that.
Oh!
I think he might have been a little bit wide, but he's come up with option B there.
I think he changed the game plan halfway down the
Wow.
length.
Maybe he was playing for that.
Well, how quickly things can turn around, because now it is in the favour of the Auckland pairing. What can Tim do about it?
Looking to draw the black out of the head. He's narrow. Oh, he hasn't done anything much there. But they've got a very good yellow back bowl. And that's where Matthew Ellis needs to be, where that yellow at the back is.
And just looking from that overhead shot, it doesn't look like he can come around from the backhand either. He's got to come through the forehand again here, because he's got his own bowls blocking his path there.
That's right. Pretty hard to come around those yellows and without hitting his own bowl. So he might have to come narrow and either promote the blacks or miss them and try to land on that yellow with a little bit of weight. Big decision here.
And they can take as long as they like. There's no time limit.
There's no time limit.
They can discuss it, work out the ramifications.
There's no time limit. The jack, Tim obviously is going to play the yellow onto yellow, get the jack over to his own yellow at the back. Just another bowl on that side of the head for Matthew Ellis.
Phil tips him first. He comes onto the backhand. I'm getting the hang of this game. It hasn't worked for him though.
Well, it might be in his eye. Maybe he can miss that. Well, there's a couple of shots here. He can play the 6 o'clock yellow onto the closest yellow and split them out and follow through. It's a pretty brave option, but it's definitely there. Those 2 yellows will disappear and he'll follow through after they've gone. Or he'll just play yellow onto yellow and move the jack back. Yellow onto yellow by the looks of it.
Oh, he's got a fair bit of weight on it.
He's got good weight
for the run.
Oh, and that last bowl of Ellis has just
got in the way.
got in the way. Proved to be a good bowl. That was good weight for the shot too. Well, the Roscommon Districts pairing are going to get on the board here.
Well, if it's going to be a close scoring thing, they need to. They can't afford to give these youngsters too much of a head start.
Is that jack coming back across the mat to all those blacks? Can he see enough of it? No, he's just going to take the one. Let's get in the game. Well, I suspect this jack will be about 2 feet short of the box. That's where he's been thrown it the whole day. He's just overshot it. He's overshot it this time.
Well, that's interesting.
But Tim's put it there
Tim's
instead.
brought it up.
Well,
They've been playing long ends.
Tim's put it up exactly where these guys like it. Maybe Tim thinks they're struggling on that length end now. Well, just as well he did move it. That black's gone right into the box. Malcolm Kidd, he'll be playing in the Masters event tonight. Very experienced chap. Played bowls with him for about 10 years. Taught me a lot.
Malcolm was our backup if you had got through to the finals.
Oh, that would have been good. He would have been a good man for the job. Would have been good to hear what he had to say about me.
You're watching Anthony McCoy here from Auckland. Oh, this is a nice response. Oh, but I think it's just rolled on through.
Yeah.
I think he thinks the same.
He's just going, I've got to take my green. Got to take my green. Terry's taken her green. Is she going to roll on through too? She is.
She is.
Oh, it's a big green out there. Another chance for McCoy. How's his green? He's narrow. But he's picked the jack up this time. Well, that helps to pick the jack up if you're narrow. He knows it. He has a little bit of a wry smile on his face there.
But he hasn't really made it any easier for himself because he's promoted the jack with his bowl onto the yellow bowl.
Great bowl head from Terry.
Oh, nice response from Terry Anderson.
He's giving great position for Tim. Magic position. Matthew Ellis now follow Terry's bowl in.
2-1 the score in number 3. This is the final of the pairs. Early days in the competition, but it's pretty enthralling. And another fantastic bowl there from Ellis.
Yep, he's going well. He's been going well all day. They've been bowling over 9 hours now, since 8:30 this morning.
And how hard is that to adapt? Because I would suggest that, like in a club situation, there's no way you're going to be playing that long.
No, that's right. Club nights are usually a evening event. 7:30 start, play for 3 hours. Championships during the weekend, you can start at 9 o'clock and they can finish at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. So you are bowling quite a long time if you're going all the way to the end.
And I guess you guys that are serious about it, you do a bit of preparation, some training. So would you sort of bowl for that length of time to sort of get in the swing of things, or do you just sort of wing it?
Basically, you just go to club night, play your practice shots and things like that during your club games, and you're playing championships and tournaments really, and that's your build-up. Rep matches are quite long events too.
I guess for a lot of people, the first point of contact with indoor bowls is probably through a business house competition. Seems very popular.
First point of contact would be for anyone who's watching this and thinks, hey, I can do this. It would be the New Zealand Indoor Bowls website, newzealandindoorbowls.co.nz. Go check it out. You'll see all the results from the nationals and photos of players that have been taking part. There is a link to different clubs and links to people to get in contact with to find out where your nearest club is. Very cheap sport to play. Costs you about $30 for a subscription for the year. $1 or $2 a night usually. To play in a tournament, centre tournament, $5 to $7.
And do you have to have your own bowls, or are bowls provided?
Everything's provided. Mat, bowls, everything. Very cheap sport to play. Well, it's pretty tight head up here.
Well, the Aucklanders here deep in concentration, deep in conversation too, I suggest.
I won a pairs tournament earlier in the year with Terry. She was my lead in a Foxton Beach tournament with cash prizes. It was really good fun. She played absolutely amazing bowls for me then. So she has shown good form this year.
Last bowl here for Matthew Ellis in number 3. What's he going to do here?
Oh, he's just trying to rock everything, just trying to move it. It must be all locked up in there. He's just trying to move that jack between the two blacks at the back. Doesn't want to play it. Well, 2 touches possibly.
I'm just waiting for an indication from the marker on the score.
Might have been 2 touches, the way no one really did anything there. 2.
Oh, it's Sweet Cheeks and Baby Cakes have controlled the mat, so they get the points.
4-1. Oh, 2. There was a 2 there for them. Wow, this is going to be a huge upset here if they continue on this path. History-making final. McCoy, not as accurate as he was in the semi. Just wayward a little bit. He's going, come on.
Yeah, and he's starting to feel it a little bit, because I watched him in the quarters and I watched him in the semi as well. He was very, very solid and sort of stayed, but now he's sort of, you know, he's shifting his weight from foot to foot. He's rubbing the back of his neck. He's grimacing a bit. I think maybe the pressure might just be getting to him.
The look on Terry's face, full concentration. She has not showed 1 inch of emotion the whole time. And this is a good bowl. Off that, yes.
Very good bowl.
The sort of shot he needs just to boost his confidence up a bit, and he'll be happy with that. Yep.
Well, it's too soon to write these Aucklanders off just yet.
That's right. They're very experienced compared to their opponents. And a good response from Terry.
Nice reply.
Cutting it down to 1.
And it must be so hard after you've seen where the jack is to suddenly have it move and then have to rethink your whole game plan.
Can be disappointing. Can be disappointing.
And that's the same for both teams, because that's what they've all got to do now, because you see the jack's moved now. That's another good bowl there.
Not a bad bowl.
McCoy.
A little bit shorter than he would want it, but it's in the way. Veal having to come around that bowl or promote the yellows. He's going for the yellow bowls, I think. He is. He's going for that yellow bowl just on the run there, but he's just narrow.
Oh, hasn't really helped.
Interesting shot selection there. Those yellows were a long way away, and he had to find that hole absolutely perfectly. Ellis now, narrow. Won't be happy with that. That was an opportunity there to shut them out. Not happy.
No, he's not happy either.
What are you doing, he's saying. Take your green.
So the door just a chink
That's
open
the
here
green,
more for
but
Tim.
he hasn't got the weight.
No, he hasn't. Oh. Just ran out of puff.
Well, an indication of finals play, then sometimes the games aren't as tight as if you can get to a final and control yourself. You can normally outdraw your opposition. Pressure plays a big part in this. 2 blacks now. big draw shot. He's moved right over in his box, trying to get as much green as he can. Got to get around it, has he?
No.
3 down. Oh, could be 4 by the time we're finished here. A pretty easy 4 for them in the end. Bonus time. These win matches, I've said it many times before. And he's got the green.
That's what Ellis is looking for.
Be surprised if this isn't another one. Oh, it's too
Just
heavy.
too heavy. It's out the back.
Didn't get the bonus. He needed the bonus to take the lead.
But did he get 3?
I'd say he's got 3 there.
So are we seeing the comeback here from the Aucklanders?
Well, it'll be enough to keep the youngsters honest.
Another long end. So we got the 3, so it's locked up at 4 apiece. In number 5.
Just over the halfway mark, and it's all square, yes.
We start again.
Yep. And McCoy will be thinking too, I've got an opportunity here to start again and play like I know I can. Terry always taking a green. Great stuff, Terry. Just a bit heavy this time. Better green from McCoy. How's his weight?
Oh, might just be a bit light.
Not bad. He's only an inch or 2 out of it. He's struggling a bit, you can tell. He's not happy with his play at all. Terry responds with a pretty good draw shot here. Handy. She hasn't been as tight in this game either. Neither is McCoy. So both of them just not quite getting the weight of this mat right, I don't think. Just through the hole. But 2 good back bowls. They need to cover those. A little bit more happy with that lot. Not a bad effort, just short.
Is it sort of true, Grant, that the lead sort of it's not critical as they go in to change to skips what the lead's done, because the skip can either rescue or.
Well, it's quite nice for the lead to have position behind the jack. Makes it a lot easier for the skip. They don't necessarily have to have the shot. It's all about building the head, and this head hasn't been built too well at the moment for yellow. They haven't got any back bowls, so Tim's going to have to do it all. He's going to have to rescue it. Quite often it can happen if his skip's playing well. Can be hard to stop. Gave that little flick. I don't know if he really likes it or not. Well, this is another end where they're not going too well.
With the rub of the green there, it's sort of blocked off a few chances or a few choices here for Matthew. Just the way the bowls have fallen.
Yep, he'll just be looking to draw. Just keep on plugging them in now. He's in control of this end. If he can nail this, he's wide though. Well, he's got a bowl.
Oh, he got a bit of a help.
He's got yellow to rest on. He's holding 3. Yellow can rest on that now. Tim just looking to follow in that last black. If he gets the weight right, it will get the jack. He's narrow, but the front yellow's going to be close.
Oh!
And it's rolled back on. Now he's in a bit of strife. He's got no back bowls. There's 2 black ones in the box, I think. A little bit of movement here. Are we going to see a big shot? Are we going to see a game shot here? Right on the jack. He's looking at it. Right on the jack. Through the hole. 5, 6 blacks. Waiting. No way out for Veal if he does. He's looking for it. He's got weight for it.
Oh, I think
he's
got
real
it.
close here.
I think he's got it.
It's all over. He's got it. Well, that could be a 6.
Boy, that is going to change things. 1 bowl to come.
He just
No
gets
pressure, Tim.
straight into it. straight into it. He knows what he has to do. It's on the draw.
So we could see a big turnaround here.
The crowd will go bananas if he gets this. He's given this a bloody...
It's coming in, it's coming in, it's coming in.
He's done it.
Oh, it's rolled back.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
What a saver, though. What a saver. He has just saved 5 or 6 shots. A monster bowl.
Well, it was looking doom and gloom there for the youngsters, Tim Veal and Terry Anderson, but Tim just pulled one out.
That's a big bowl, that is. With only 3 ends to go, the score could have been 10-4. Big buddy, over and out.
Over and out, all she wrote, turn the lights out, make sure there's hot water in the showers. But as it is, we've got a game on our hands here. This for a New Zealand title. And as you heard Grant say, history-making occasion, possibly the youngest ever combination to take a winning title. That's what lies ahead for Tim Veal and Terry Anderson. There is Terry Anderson, just 14 years of age. Tim, just 21. This, though, is Anthony McCoy from Auckland.
Not a bee. He's coming on his game now. Last few ends, he's just starting to dominate the lead. Terry, though, is going to have a good one here. Great bowl from Terry. Very good back bowls now. McCoy has to follow that one in now. He is.
It's been a great turnaround for the Aucklanders. In the last 2 rounds, they've gone from 4-1 down to 5-4 up.
And that's a good bowl too. He's just a little bit wide, but he's got one there to cover the yellows. He's going up to have a word with Terry. Okay, Terry, this is it, he says. Right on the jack, little dig shot. Let's see if she's got more than just a draw in her arsenal. I suspect she has. And here it comes.
She's on target. Oh, and she's just a fraction wide.
But it's okay. It's okay. The shot hasn't changed for Tim, but it might be changed by the time Matthew Ellis has a go at it. Matthew Ellis with the huge slippers. Characteristic feature of this man. Plays in the big moccasins. Just wanting to close that gap off. Has he done it? He's done it. No, he's opened it up. It's a bigger hole. It's a bigger hole. Oh.
Now can Tim get through it?
Well, he's got
5-4 Auckland over the North Wellington pairing. There's nothing in this in the
Veal
final. He's trying
on
for the
jack.
gap.
He's got it. He's got it.
Has he got the shot?
He might have 2. It's definitely 1, I think. Just unlucky not to get a bit more of the jack on that. Just seemed to hold on him a bit. Matthew Ellis on the draw. Needs to be right in behind the jack here.
He's looking for it too.
He's close. He's up
got
on
it.
He's got it. 2 blacks. Well, does he hit the yellow that he just put there into the head, onto the jack? That's the one. Straight on to the kitty.
Both Tim and Terry up at the head looking.
This will need a little bit of weight. He's got 2 blacks to come through. He has to hit this pretty perfect.
Well, we've seen him do some amazing stuff in the semi-finals. What is he going to do here in the final? Tim Veal.
Good weight. Shot. Shot.
Oh, has he?
He's unlucky not to have 3, but I think he might have 2.
Oh, I just wondered with that black just rolled over.
He might have 1 or 2 there.
I think he's definitely got 1. I'm not sure about 2.
Well, he's turned his head around. Black had all the position just a few bowls ago. Now they haven't got any position really. All the yellows at the back of the mat, as you can see. That jack comes through that hole. Veal will be looking at that. Can he move the jack right to the back of the mat?
Oh, look how tight it is there.
Those 2 blacks may be able to lift out, but Tim Veal will be looking at how much room he's got at the back of the mat here. Matthew Ellis will be knowing that he could go down quite a few bowls if he doesn't cover the back or hit one of those yellows out of there.
Yeah, if he can get rid of one of those yellows, I think he's going to be looking a bit better.
I'd be going for the split on the 2 blacks myself, but he's looking just to draw. Perhaps he does hold one.
So Ellis.
He must hold the shot. With a shot like this, he's putting the block in. He's putting the block in. It must be a black.
Well,
Ellis has seen the danger.
I've got a slightly better look at it than we have, but you're watching from our overhead camera. You can see the state of play there on the head. There is Matthew Ellis. And here is Tim Veal. Last bowl. His combination ahead at the moment. He's on the run.
He's played it.
Scott.
Is it going out the back?
Oh, how did he do that?
He's done it.
He has done it. I don't know how he did it, but he has done it.
I tell you what, he would have been looking for that jack down in the box, and he would have had the whole lot. He would have had 5. Great bowl. Bit more jack movement. He would have had 5.
A wry smile.
Matthew Ellis tried to block it. He either had to be behind or in front. Went for the block. Didn't block it though.
Well, that has changed things dramatically now.
2 to go. Pressure is on Roscommon District's team. 2 to go. 2 up. Good opener. In behind. Well, I had a word with Terry, asked her how she was feeling before the game, asked her how her arthritis was. She saw, she said she was feeling good. She told me earlier in the week she had 2 litres of anti-inflammatories that would be injected into her body this week.
Wow.
To stop the pain. So she is doing absolutely amazingly well here today.
It's another great bowl from Terry, but it was an equally good one from Anthony McCoy. Here he is now, ready to go again. Maybe he's got the magic back.
He's going all right now.
Certainly he was struggling in the early ends, but maybe it's just starting to come right for him. It needs to. They're 2 behind on the scoreboard, 7-5.
He's just a bit wider here.
This is nice.
Great bowl from Terry on the jack. And she can see a title at the end of this. Don't think she'll want to play with me anymore. I'll be her lead instead.
So he changes his hand. Does Ellis takes this one on the forehand?
He's wide.
Oh, it's wide. It's gone.
Off the side. Oh.
Oh, if that's not a sign of pressure, what is?
Well, he didn't want that to happen. He knew he had to be wide. He's probably an inch or so in that. He would have come back from there, but he was just too wide. Well, what can Matthew Ellis conjure up?
Well, he's going to have to do something here.
Tim Veal now, full of confidence, I suspect. He won't be the youngest ever skip to win, but it will be the youngest ever combination to win. And oh, it's fallen beautifully for him. It's all going his way.
Well,
Matthew Ellis. What's he going to do? I think he's going to just have to draw down onto the jack and hope he holds on to 1.
I guess in every sport, in any form of sport, there's always an element of luck, but this is a pretty healthy saying that says I'd rather be lucky than good.
I'm surprised Matthew hasn't played the other hand and tried to split all those yellows off the head, because there's a split shot on to take all those yellows off. That's the type of shot he likes to play. He may have seen it. He may be saving it up. Is he moving over to have a look at it now?
So you think maybe that last one's just a backstop just for the next shot, or is it maybe just a small mistake?
I'd say maybe he didn't want to play it too early, and he's just buying some time here. But you don't want to give this guy too much room either. There's another good bowl.
He's followed it in.
It's going to lock it in. No, well, they can all still go. He's still not going to play it. I don't know why he isn't. He's going to back his draw. He's a bit of a flamboyant player. He usually likes to have a bit of a go at those sort of things. I'm surprised. He's backing his draw, and he's played a beautiful shot. There you go. Now, you might look at that other shot now. If he can split those two yellows, that yellow will go through the other two yellows at 12 o'clock and at 9 o'clock. Split the two yellows at 6. Don't know if Veal's seen it. Veal needs to get one at the top of the screen. Put another bowl.
That yellow at 3 might be his sticking point here. We'll wait and see. We won't have to wait too long. Here he goes.
He's seen it. He wants to disturb something. What's he done? Great shot. Well.
Well, they look gone for all money, but Tim Veal's brought him right back into it.
He is playing beautiful bowls. He's pushing the Manawa 2 top 8 team as well. How can they leave him out after this effort?
Look at the head here, and look at the concentration. What are we going to do here? These boys are starting to be in a little bit of trouble.
Well, I don't think they expected this. He might still play that split. Yellow through the jack, pushing the other yellows out of the head, and the jack could go up the top of the mat. There is a black over there. Can he get the jack down to the bottom of the mat there, into the 6 o'clock area where there are some blacks? He's looking at it.
That's what they're thinking, aren't
Yep,
they? That's
what he wants.
Trajectory. He wants that jack to go.
He's looking at the other shot too, though. He's looking at the split shot, which is probably easier, but I think he's played it too late. He should have played it earlier, and he would have cleaned those yellows out.
Some experts in the crowd saying this is what he's got to do. And if he does that, that's what will happen.
Runner-up in the fours, 2001. Gavin Stringer, that was.
Oh, he's going for the big shot here. Oh,
Cut it down to 1.
he's got it back to 1.
Well, it's not all over. Last end, 3 up. They should hold on to this from here, the way they've been playing. They haven't looked like dropping a 3. Well done, Terry. Look at that. What a bowl on the last end.
Well, she's playing so precisely at the moment.
Well, this is a pretty good bowl too. If he gets the jack, they've given him, oh, that's a great bowl. He's given himself a chance here. Can Terry respond? This is a big bowl from Terry. This is a big bowl. She needs to be here for this. Handy.
Well, it's suddenly gone very quiet in the arena. In fact, you could probably hear a pin drop. Everyone is just enthralled with this contest.
It's a big crowd in too. The crowd's growing all throughout the game. They must have heard a history's about to be made, and they've come back to have a look at it. This place will erupt if Tim Veal and Terry Anderson can hold on to this. And I think it'll erupt as well if the other team can get out of it, because it's going to have to take some pretty good bowls.
That's right. They've sort of made it a bit hard for themselves here. There's quite a mountain to climb, but this is a great response from Anthony McCoy. But he doesn't look happy about that.
Well, I don't think it's too bad. He's got a chance now to draw that jack a little bit round the corner on the other hand and maybe make it a 3 at the changeover. But Terry will have other ideas.
Here she's going to try and disrupt the black.
Ooh, 2 seconds.
She's got 2.
2 seconds, 4 blacks to go. And they need 2 blacks in there. They haven't got much room.
And 8 of 9. 8-5 to the
He's just going to...
youngster.
Matthew Ellis is just going to look to build this head up. If he can get bowls at the corner of that mat over there, and he'll play the forehand with his last to rip that yellow out. Tim Veal's going to have to try and build something to counteract what Matthew Ellis is trying to do here. This is where experience really starts to pay off. Trying to read what your opposition's doing. And he's just trying to get round the back because that's where he's going to win the game.
And that's what he's done.
That's good there. Andy Bolt. Take your time.
Exactly right. Let's not rush this.
No.
We've got all the time in the world. Let's use it.
That's right. Take as long as you like. If I was Tim Veal, I'd be looking to come right around the back just to make sure I've got something there.
And he's moved to the outside of the delivery box again, so maybe that's what he's trying to do.
He's trying to come in there through the blacks maybe. A little bit short. Well, it might be quite good actually. He's moved the yellow over, blocking that hole. Matthew Ellis, will he punch the yellow through the head at 6 o'clock? If he punches that through the head at 6 o'clock, he'll hold the 3. Or is he going to just keep building it up and save it? Save it for his last. He has got the last bowl. He's going to keep building the head up. He's not going to play it too early.
Looks like he's got a bit of weight on this. Or is he just, no, he's just drawing.
Just lining up the draw. Oh, and it's a big wide camera angle there. Oh.
Oh, he's helped Terry and Tim here.
He won't like that. He would really have wanted to be on the corner of the square. Top corner of that square there for another shot. Or another close one, because he would want to have played that yellow out of the head, I'm sure. Well, Tim just needs to keep putting bowls in the head now. Oh, where are you going?
I'm sure that's not really what he wanted to do.
I'm sure he wanted to be around the back, but he's mixing it up. Mixing it up. Well.
Well, the tension here in Tauranga is getting quite unbelievable.
He's got a bit of a job on his hands here to even get 3. Looks like he's going to just try and draw. Obviously, he thinks he can draw. Another one. And that's a pretty good bolt. That's a good bolt. And it sits over, and he's... Whoa, has he pushed it to the yellow? It hasn't. He can't believe it.
I think he has.
He just goes, oh, it's not my day. Why did it fall over? Well, he's got a pretty good head here, though. He's got 3 blacks in it. That yellow could leave with a bit of weight. The youngsters need to really watch out here. That very front black one amongst all those yellows will be the one that Matthew Ellis will be looking at, promoting.
And of course he's got the last bowl again.
And he's got the last bowl. Little split shot there, little split shot on the front black and yellow with a lot of weight. Could take those other 2 yellows out of the head.
Here's Tim Veal on his last bowl.
He needs to get this in there, on the box, on the corner of the box. Has he got it? That's it. That's hard to beat. Hard to get through now. That's enough.
Well, he's just shut the door, hasn't he, on Matthew Ellis here?
I would suspect that could be enough to secure an historic win here. The youngest ever player to win a New Zealand title. They can't do any more about it.
Well, Ellis going in for a close-up look here because this could be the shot that
That's the one. That's
loses
the one.
them the game, or in turn saves them for maybe one more end.
He's got to hit. Is he going for it? That's the one. That's the one we pointed out earlier.
Gee whiz, I don't know if you can get any closer.
If he can hit that black, he's got to get that yellow out that hole. Oh, that's a big shot. If he can pull this off. I don't know if it's quite on enough, but yeah, the other black will take the yellow. There could be a 4 here. If he gets it right, and this guy has been playing these shots all day, so, man, if anyone's going to play it, this guy's going to play it.
It's a percentage shot, though, isn't it? It could so easily go wrong for him.
Oh, he's lost the game as it is, Phil, and he's just got to hope like hell that he's going to hit that black. Sweet. This guy can drive, man. This guy, one of the biggest drivers in the country when he gets going. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of it earlier. That's it.
Well, I think they've made the decision between them. Anthony McCoy and Matthew Ellis. One bowl to come. Are we going to see history in the making here in this end? Is it going to be Tim Veal and Terry Anderson
He's lining this
to take
one
the
up.
trophy? Here we go. Matthew Ellis. Got a fair bit of weight on it. He's got the black.
Not enough.
Hasn't done it though.
It's yellow. Huge upset here.
So the shaking of hands and history in the making here at Tauranga with the Lion Foundation New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship, the youngest ever combination. It is Tim Veal and Terry Anderson that win the pairs up against the vastly experienced Matthew Ellis and Anthony McCoy. What a game of bowls we have seen. Unbelievable stuff.
Fantastic stuff here. Terry's still not showing much emotion. It'll sink in. A little bit of another breath. She's taken another breath. Well done, guys. History making. This will never be repeated, one would suspect.
Well, they came through. They got through in the quarters.
That's Mum. Mum's come up to give her a hug. The rest of the North Wellington bowlers coming in now.
Brilliant stuff, and you can see from what we've shown you over the last hour or so that the sport of indoor bowls in this country is in good heart when you've got youngsters as good as these guys are coming through. Terry Baby Cakes Veal and, I should have said Tim Baby Cakes Veal and Terry Sweet Cheeks Anderson are the pairs champions here at Tauranga.
Well, she won't be able to sleep for a week after this.
Well, you're probably right. She's probably been sort of cruising along on adrenaline for the last day and a bit anyway.
Yep.
Some of you could stay for the presentation.
Presentation still to come here in Tauranga, and then we will be talking to the youngest ever combination that have won a national championship here at Tauranga, and that is Tim Veal and Terry Anderson. Grant, thanks very much for your duties up here. Commiserations that you didn't get through into the finals, but we have witnessed something special here today.
We sure have. Thank you very much, Phil. It's been a pleasure, and I'm sure everyone at home's enjoyed watching these finals.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be talking to the champions very shortly. Well, I'm sure you'll agree we've seen some amazing indoor bowls here at the 2008 Lion Foundation Championship, and what a way to finish with a history-making occasion in the pairs final. Youngest ever combination to take a New Zealand title. It all came down to Tim and Terry. Terry, unbelievable stuff. You must be so tired. You've been playing all day.
Oh yeah, no, it's getting to that time, but I'm just hungry. I want dinner.
How does a 14-year-old come to be a New Zealand champion in indoor bowls?
I don't know, it's a lot of luck and it takes a good skip. So yeah, we played pretty consistent all day, and yeah, he played amazing, so yeah. There's some good games.
Tim, let's talk about a couple of those shots you pulled out of the bag. I mean, just phenomenal. Where does it come from?
Well, when you got nothing to lose, and you know, sometimes you got to draw some tricks out of the sleeve, and you know, a couple of the shots came off.
People tell me that you've got to have a good lead to make you guys look a little bit better as a skip, but you guys are a fantastic combination.
Yeah, well, this isn't the only tournament we've played in. We've played in plenty of other tournaments, and you know, I just can't ask for a better lead. Each time we play together, she's always consistent. She's, you know, no grizzling, no crying, nothing like that. So yeah, she's a fantastic person, and I love her to bits.
And Terry, we mentioned it in commentary. A lot of people don't know the fact that you're playing under a little bit of a handicap as well. Tell us a little bit about your arthritis.
Oh yeah, well I have arthritis, and I mean it's been pretty bad and a bit of a strain, but I had lots of medicine over this past week, and yeah, took heaps away. I had some before the last 16 and before the semis. Good all drugged up. So yeah, it's not, it's getting better. Yeah.
So, youngest ever combination that's won the New Zealand pairs. Where do you go from here?
Well, another tournament. Where do we play? Where do we go from here? Wherever the road takes us.
And of course, Terry, you're playing later tonight.
Oh yes, I am in the Southern Zone Academy. That should be great fun. Yep.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, we said it in the commentary, the sport of indoor bowls is in fantastic heart when a young combination like you guys can come through and win a national title. Congratulations, well done.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Well, there they are, the youngest combination ever to win a New Zealand title in indoor bowls. And they've been playing it a fairly long time now. Well, folks, that wraps up our coverage here from Tauranga for the Lion Foundation 2008 New Zealand Indoor Bowls Championship. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we'd enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, drive safe. I'll see you again.